What is up, guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, On Point Reviews, all day, every day. First and foremost, guys, Merry Christmas, all right? Merry Christmas to you all, okay? If for some reason I don't upload a video on Christmas Day, I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Everybody, all my subscribers, followers all around the world, Merry Christmas to y'all, okay? I know that this was a whack year, but, you know, thankfully we have things like fragrances to keep us happy throughout this year, and it was a stellar year. I mean, I believe right now we have 5,000 subscribers as well, achievement unlocked, and I was able to do that in about a year. So thank you so much for your support, everybody, okay? So we are going to talk about something that, I mean, this is demanded by you folks at home. You folks told me that this is the one out of the lot you guys wanted me to review immediately, stat. And this is from, again, Galleria Parfums by Ashton of Gents. This is an unbelievable discovery set. I mean, really, like I said before, don't judge the book by its cover. A lot of the perfumers involved here, and I'll discuss that again, they're on some of your favorites, okay? So, I mean, it's not like Ashton just decided to make some fragrances and whatever. He just put some ingredients together. I mean, he did consult a lot of the big wigs, the top perfumers, to make these fragrances. So think about that before you judge. Now, the fragrance that a lot of y'all wanted to know about is none other than Victorian Tobacco, all right? Victorian Tobacco. And tobacco, currently, guys, is a buzzword in the community. It is, guys. Thanks to Naxos, thanks to Side Effect, thanks to Herod and other tobacco scents, red tobacco. Tobacco is now a buzzword, guys. A lot of people really want to know more about tobacco scents and wear them, especially in this season, okay? So, Victorian Tobacco, demanded by you guys at home. What is this scent like? What can you expect? Let's go. Let's hit the music. Okay, we're back, guys. Victorian Tobacco by Gents, Galleria Parfums. Let's go spray this right now. Woo, yes. Victorian Tobacco, guys, okay? To me, this one here so far, okay, is the bottle-worthy one. Okay, it's the one that you, I mean, if you have the same taste as I do, you're probably going to upgrade to that full bottle, okay? Victorian Tobacco. And I'll tell you exactly why. What are my reasons for this? First things first is that Victorian Tobacco has a very unique opening. It's got a very unique opening, folks, okay? That opening, okay, is basically gin and tonic, an accord, a gin and tonic accord, as well as apple. Okay, the other notes I'll tell you in a bit, and they kind of play into maybe bridging the perfume, or maybe some play in the background like juniper. But I mean, mostly, guys, once you spray this, the first thing you're gonna get is this really nice and somewhat refreshing, actually, gin and tonic accord. It's realistic, okay? Somewhat boozy, okay? And it's a little bit different, obviously, than cognac. You know, or whiskey, those usual boozy notes that are used in fragrances, guys. The gin and tonic is quite refreshing, and the inclusion of apple I thought was amazing. And you guys already know I'm a big fan of red apple used in fragrances, okay? Because, I mean, the green apple part's played out, I think. I think it's used on a lot of stuff I already know. But when you have red apple, juicy Fuji red apples included in this gin and tonic accord, I mean, it's amazing, okay? And I will say this, another good note about this opening is that this opening lasts. So it doesn't just go right into tobacco, because I think that that's probably that would be a weak point of any tobacco fragrance, is if it just goes into tobacco immediately and then suddenly it just smells just as common as other tobacco scents. In this case, guys, despite having a tobacco absolute note here, guys, the tobacco doesn't come in until maybe later. I mean, this fragrance right here gives you the time to really enjoy this first part. Like I said, gin and tonic with apple. You're gonna get some juniper berries playing in the background, by the way, and it's lovely. Like I said, I like this part. This is the unique opener, okay? The unique intro, unique opener on this fragrance that is buy-worthy, because it's gin and tonic and apple. By the way, the perfumer of this one, before I continue, I have to do this now on every YouTuber fragrance, is George Lee. Okay, who's George Lee? He's the one that made Hachivat. He's the one that made Sultan Vetiver. He's the one that made Wulong Cha. He's the one that made Amber Calabria and a lot of the other Nisha Nascent. Boom. Yes. So really, really good intro here by George with that gin and tonic accord and apple. And berries in the back. Juniper berry. Now, the bridge here, after about maybe 20 to 25 minutes of enjoying this, okay, like I said, it's a strong point, guys. The fact that the tobacco doesn't invade really quickly is a good thing, right? Because, I mean, that really will give you bang for your buck when you're buying this. You're not just getting a tobacco-heavy fragrance. The mid part, guys, there are some green notes that bridge towards the tobacco, one of which is geranium. The geranium here is actually herbaceous and peppery. So you're going to have that geranium come in and clary sage near the end of the opening to bridge into the mid. And then you will get your tobacco absolute. Now the tobacco here is dried tobacco leaf. Like that's exactly what you're going to smell. It is not a sweet tobacco by any means. It is dried tobacco leaf. And on the mid, I would say the major notes would be the tobacco, the patchouli, and of course the oak wood. Okay, so on the mid, guys, patchouli starts coming in. If you are a patchouli lover, you're gonna like this because it's now tobacco and patchouli, okay? And of course, there's that nice, rich oak wood as well. It gets woody. What can I compare this one to, guys, okay? And this, I mean, immediately came to mind once I was smelling the mid part of Victorian Tobacco, and that was like a Jovoy Paris Parfum. I'm not sure if it's psychedelic or if it's private label. I'm not sure because, I mean, I don't really wear those too often, but it's one of those, right? But those Jovoy Paris Parfums are really heavy on the patchouli. This one here is a prominent patchouli, but it's not heavy in patchouli. For those that enjoy the chocolatey facets of patchouli, you're gonna get that here. So you're gonna get that chocolatey patchouli, not too earthy, but I would say chocolatey. So you're gonna have some patchouli here, some tobacco comes in, and then the oak. And this one progressively becomes like a darker scent, okay? So the opening part is definitely neutral. I wouldn't say it's dark, but definitely once it hits the mid, it becomes dark, guys. Tobacco, patchouli, and oak. I think this one, the mid part lasts the most, okay? Way longer than the opening part of Victorian Tobacco. So for those that like patchouli tobacco, mature, dark, you're gonna like the mid part of this fragrance right here. Now, like I said, guys, this one takes a while, okay? This one takes a while. So for a moment, you're probably for a few hours, you're gonna smell this patchouli, woody, tobacco combination right here. Now, after that, you are going to get vetiver. Vetiver is one of the main notes here on the dry down, and it starts coming out. Vetiver starts coming out. Lovely, lovely vetiver. If you like vetiver, you're gonna like the dry down here. Now, interestingly, guys, this tobacco absolute, guys, it feels like you're smelling it, like once it appears, all throughout the fragrance. It feels like it's tobacco all the way. But actually, some of the notes from mid to dry down are actually tobacco-like, or maybe when they're combined it smells like tobacco, but it's not actually tobacco. At some point, guys, believe it or not, that tobacco absolute lifts up and then it gives way to that vetiver, for that vetiver to come out. Now, there are a couple notes that smell tobacco-ish, but for some experienced noses, you might pick it up, okay? And that's basically the tonka bean, okay? So tonka bean is the other major note towards the dry down, guys, and it is sweet. It's gonna come out. For those that are fans of tonka bean, you'll pick it up, guys. But Tonka bean also has tobacco-like qualities, by the way, okay? So you will still feel like, oh, it feels like I'm still smelling the tobacco, all right? And this is something that I discussed with people from PDM. You know, that tobacco does have, or Tonka rather, does have tobacco properties. And it is also matched with Gaiac wood. So the woody note towards the dry down here, guys, is Gaiac wood, which provides some smoke. So like I said, it does feel like you're still smelling that tobacco. But definitely, guys, vetiver, prominent vetiver, and then tonka bean. Sweet tonka bean comes out, and then you got vanilla to help it out. Now there's beeswax here, and for those that are expecting a honey-like scent, I mean, it's not really gonna be that prominent, but it's gonna be a richer and thicker, like honey-like scent towards the end. Okay, so I would say that the beeswax is just a nice complementary note to the dry down. I think it works well with vetiver. Actually, it works well with vetiver. You're gonna get some beeswax towards the dry down, but mostly for me it was vetiver and tonka bean that dominated the dry down notes for Victorian tobacco. Do I recommend Victorian tobacco? Yes, guys. Actually, this one for me is the full bottle worthy one, especially for those that are looking for rich and deep and dark tobacco scents with a twist. I think that this is a possible full bottle worthy fragrance for you guys. Again, from the maker of Hachivat, Sultan Vetiver, and other Nishane hits, guys. Okay, don't forget about that. So like I said, I mean, the reason why is because of that opening part. I just love that opening part, guys. I mean, it's very, very unique. Like I said, gin and tonic with apple. I really like that. Okay, so if you want to get a twist on the opening, something totally different and unique, this is different, guys. Okay, again, I mean, you could go back all my 400 videos, you'll never hear me say, oh wow, I've smelled a gin and tonic and apple. No, I haven't. Okay, this is the first time I've ever smelled anything like this. So very, very likable and long opening. That's the other pro here, guys. Okay, I think that this fragrance, as opposed to some tobacco scents I've tried where the tobacco just overwhelms everything, this one right here gives you a chance to enjoy the opening part. It lets you enjoy the apple. It lets you enjoy the juniper berries. It lets you enjoy the part in the mid that smells sort of like a jovoy, you know, the patchouli part. So, I mean, I really like that, okay? I like the fact that the tobacco just does not overrun this entire fragrance, okay? So that's another reason that you might want to try this. And of course, projection-wise, sillage, I mean, very, very good because, I mean, it is a tobacco scent. And I'm sure Ashton worked it out to where it wasn't going to be weak. So it's not weak at all. Projects really, really nice. Lasts long in my skin, guys. And it's overall a really great spin on tobacco. Okay, so that is it, guys. That is my review on Victorian Tobacco by Galleria Parfums. Again, I want to thank my subscribers who led the charge today. You guys are the ones that chose this perfume, okay? So I don't always control the playlist, all right? In a lot of cases, my subscribers lead the way. So good on you guys for being curious and, you know, letting me know about what you guys want to hear next. So again, I want to thank Ashton from Gents for sending me this. I also want to thank Eugene of You Smells Good. He said some kind words to Ashton, and then Ashton told me, so thank you, Eugene. By the way, I'm a big fan of yours as well, and I wish I had your deep, nice voice. Okay, because I think that is just your voice is killer, man. And I love your review. So thank you as well to Eugene from You Smells Good. And of course, I want to thank you all, guys. 5K this year, guys. We did 5K in 1 year. Thank you so much for being with me, for helping this channel grow, for believing in me. That's really the most important thing. I read the comments every single time, and I mean, it really is great for the heart. Okay, so I really want to thank you all, guys. And again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. If I don't upload another video on Christmas Day, I just want to greet you guys in advance. Merry Christmas to you all, and I hope you have a great day. God bless. Take care.